October 18, 1965, somewhere over Laos, a CH-34 Choctaw helicopter flies low over the jungle canopy. Inside, Major Larry Thorne sits with 5 South Vietnamese soldiers. They are on a classified MACV-SOG mission. Reconnaissance deep inside enemy territory. The weather is deteriorating. Monsoon clouds, heavy rain, zero visibility. The pilot tries to turn back. Too late. The helicopter clips a mountain ridge and crashes. No survivors, no immediate recovery. The wreckage disappears into triple canopy jungle. Back at base, Larry Thorne is listed as missing in action. His friends don't believe it. This is Larry Thorne, the man who survived the Winter War, survived the Eastern Front, survived a British POW camp, survived Finnish prison, survived everything the Soviets, the Nazis, the British, and the Finns threw at him. Many believe he's still out there, still alive, still fighting, but Larry Thorne is dead, and he won't be found for 34 years. When they finally recover his remains in 1999, the world will learn the full story of the most controversial soldier in modern military history. A man who fought for 3 countries, won the highest decorations from all 3, and never stopped hunting communists from Helsinki to Hanoi. Before we dive into this incredible life, drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. And if you're enjoying these deep dives into real World War II and military history stories, hit that subscribe button. These videos take serious research, and your support makes it possible to bring you more. Lauri Törni was born May 28, 1919, in Viipuri, Finland, a city on the Karelian Isthmus. His father was a ship captain. Prosperous family, good childhood, but Lauri grew up hearing stories about Finland's bloody independence from Russia in 1917, about the civil war that followed, about the Bolsheviks who tried to take over Finland and failed. By the time Lauri turned 18, he decided on a military career. He enlisted in the Finnish army in 1938, completed his service, was in the reserves when everything changed. November 30th, 1939, the Soviet Union invades Finland, 3.5 million Finns against 160 million Soviets. The Winter War begins, every reserve soldier is mobilized. Törni reports for duty and is assigned to JR-34, an infantry regiment defending the Karelian Isthmus. Within weeks, his officers recognize something special. This kid isn't just brave, he's a tactical genius. He understands terrain, understands movement, understands how to kill Soviets efficiently. Törni volunteers for every dangerous mission, leads ski patrols deep behind Soviet lines, destroys supply depots, ambushes convoys, returns with 0 casualties, again and again. The Soviets have numbers, they have tanks, they have artillery. What they don't have is soldiers like Lauri Törni. The Winter War lasts 105 days. Finland loses territory but remains independent. The Soviet casualty ratio is catastrophic. 323,000 Soviet dead versus 70,000 Finnish. Much of that is because of soldiers like Törni who made the Soviets pay for every meter of frozen ground. Törni receives multiple decorations, becomes a legend, but the war isn't over, it's just paused. June 25, 1941, Germany invades the Soviet Union. Finland sees an opportunity. Reclaim the territory lost in the Winter War. Finland joins the fight alongside Germany. The continuation war begins. Törni is now a captain, commands his own unit, Detachment Törni, specialized in deep reconnaissance and sabotage behind Soviet lines, ski troops, the best soldiers Finland has. They operate hundreds of kilometers behind enemy lines, destroying bridges, cutting communications, killing officers. The Soviets can't stop them, can't catch them. In 1943, Soviet command places a bounty on Törni's head, 3 million Finnish marks, roughly $700,000, dead or alive. He's the only Finnish soldier the Soviets want that badly. On July 9, 1944, Finland awards Törni the Mannerheim Cross, Finland's equivalent of the Medal of Honor, for extraordinary heroism in combat. By then, Törni has also done something controversial. In 1941, before the Continuation War, he traveled to Germany for specialized training with the Waffen-SS, the Finnish volunteer battalion, Finnish soldiers fighting alongside Germans on the Eastern Front. Törni spent several months there, learned German tactics, fought Russians, then returned to Finland and continued fighting with the Finnish army. This decision will haunt him later. September 1944. The Moscow Armistice. Finland signs a ceasefire with the Soviet Union. The war is over. Finland survives as an independent nation, but at a cost. The Soviets demand Finnish cooperation, demand that Finland prosecute soldiers who fought with the Germans, demand extradition of certain individuals. Lauri Törni's name is on that list. In 1946, Finnish police arrest him. Charge: treason for serving with the German military. Törni escapes custody, is recaptured. Tried, convicted, sentenced to 6 years in prison. He escapes from Turku prison in June 1947, is recaptured again, sent to Riihimäki State Prison, maximum security. In December 1948, Finnish President Juho Paasikivi grants him a pardon, political pressure, public support. Törni is released, but Finland is no longer safe for him. The Soviets want him extradited to Moscow, want to try him for war crimes. The Finnish government, under Soviet pressure, is wavering. Törni decides to leave. In 1949, he travels to Sweden with forged documents. From Sweden, he works his way to South America, then to the United States. He jumps ship in the Gulf of Mexico near Mobile, Alabama, enters the country illegally, lives under assumed names, works odd jobs. Then, in 1950, something changes. The Korean War starts. The U.S. military needs experienced combat veterans. Congress passes the Lodge-Philbin Act, allows foreign nationals with military experience to join the U.S. Army. Törni sees his chance. In 1954, Lauri Törni walks into a U.S. Army recruiting office. He's 35 years old. Most recruits are 18, but he has a combat record unlike anyone else. Winter War veteran. Continuation War hero. Mannerheim Cross recipient. The Army takes one look at this guy and realizes what they have. They enlist him immediately. Törni legally changes his name to Larry Allen Thorne. Larry Thorne joins the newly formed U.S. Army Special Forces, the Green Berets. The Army wants his expertise, wants him to teach other soldiers how to fight behind enemy lines, how to survive in hostile territory, how to wage guerrilla warfare. Thorne becomes an instructor at the Special Warfare School at Fort Bragg, teaches skiing, survival, mountaineering, guerrilla tactics, everything he learned fighting the Soviets. In 1957, Thorne receives his U.S. citizenship and a commission as a second lieutenant. By 1960, he's a captain. From 1958 to 1962, he serves with the 10th Special Forces Group in West Germany, stationed at Bad Tölz. During this time, he leads a classified mission into Iran's Zagros Mountains. A U.S. C-130 cargo plane had crashed there carrying classified material. Multiple teams tried to reach it. All failed. Thorne's team succeeds. They climb to the crash site at extreme altitude, destroy the classified documents, return safely. The mission cements his reputation in special forces. Thorne is a legend, the guy who survived everything, who speaks multiple languages, who's fought in more wars than most soldiers have even heard of. Then comes Vietnam. In November 1963, Thorne deploys to South Vietnam with Special Forces Detachment A-734, stationed in the Mekong Delta. His job: train South Vietnamese forces, organize civilian irregular defense groups, conduct operations against Viet Cong. For Thorne, this is another war against communism. The enemy is different, the terrain is different, but the mission is the same: kill communists. He thrives in Vietnam, leads ambushes, coordinates airstrikes, trains local fighters. He's wounded multiple times, earns 2 Purple Hearts, earns the Bronze Star, the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Legion of Merit. Every time he's wounded badly enough to be sent to the rear, he refuses, requests to stay in combat. In 1965, at age 46, Thorne is one of the oldest combat soldiers in Vietnam. Most men his age are behind desks. Thorne is still in the jungle. October 1965. Thorne is assigned to MACV-SOG, Military Assistance Command, Vietnam Studies and Observation Group, the classified unit conducting cross-border operations into Laos and Cambodia, black ops, reconnaissance, sabotage. The missions nobody talks about. On October 18, 1965, Thorne boards a South Vietnamese CH-34 helicopter for a classified mission into Laos. The weather is terrible. Monsoon season, low clouds, poor visibility. The helicopter crew wants to abort. Thorne insists they continue. The mission is too important. At some point during the flight, in deteriorating weather, the helicopter hits a mountain ridge and crashes. All 6 men aboard die instantly. No distress call, no emergency beacon. The helicopter simply disappears. Search and rescue teams launch immediately. They find nothing. The jungle is too thick. The weather too bad. The crash site could be anywhere in thousands of square kilometers of hostile territory. After weeks of searching, the Air Force declares the crew missing in action. Thorne is promoted posthumously to major. His friends refuse to believe he's dead. This is Larry Thorne, the man who escaped from British POW camps, who broke out of Finnish prisons, who survived decades of combat. Many believe he's still alive, captured by the North Vietnamese, or hiding in the jungle, or walking out of Laos to start a new life somewhere else. He's done it before. For the next 34 years, Thorne's status remains MIA. His name goes on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Panel 02E. Line 126. But his body is never found. In 1999, a joint U.S. and Finnish team searching crash sites in Laos finds wreckage, a CH-34 helicopter. The location matches Thorne's last known position. They excavate the site, find bone fragments, find teeth, find personal effects, including a Swedish-made machine pistol that Thorne carried. DNA testing is inconclusive. Too little remains. But dental records and circumstantial evidence are strong. In 2003, the remains are officially identified as Thorne and his crew. On June 26, 2003, Major Larry Allen Thorne is buried at Arlington National Cemetery with full military honors. He's interred alongside the South Vietnamese soldiers who died with him, the only former Waffen-SS member ever buried at Arlington. His grave marker lists his decorations from 3 countries. From Finland, the Mannerheim Cross. From Germany, the Iron Cross. From the United States, the Legion of Merit, Distinguished Flying Cross, Bronze Star, 2 Purple Hearts, 3 armies, 3 wars, 3 decades of combat, 1 warrior who never stopped fighting. In Finland, Thorne is a national hero. The Infantry Museum in Mikkeli has a permanent exhibit. The Military Museum in Helsinki honors him. Veterans gather annually to toast his memory. In the United States, the 10th Special Forces Group headquarters building at Fort Carson, Colorado, is named the Larry Thorne Headquarters Building. Every year, the unit awards the Larry Thorne Award to the best operational detachment alpha in the command. But his legacy is complicated, controversial. He fought for Nazi Germany, wore the Waffen-SS uniform, participated in operations on the Eastern Front. Some argue his motivation was purely pragmatic. Finland needed German support against the Soviets. Törni was a patriot fighting for his country's survival. Others argue that serving the SS, regardless of motivation, is indefensible. The debate continues today. What's undeniable is his combat record, his courage, his tactical genius, and his absolute, unwavering commitment to fighting communism. From the frozen forests of Finland to the jungles of Vietnam, 3 countries, 3 flags, 1 mission. So what do we make of Lauri Törni, Larry Thorne? What's the lesson here? Maybe it's that war creates complicated people, that soldiers fighting for survival make choices civilians can't understand, that sometimes the enemy of your enemy becomes your ally even if that ally committed atrocities. Törni fought for Finland because it was his home, fought alongside Germany because Germany was fighting the Soviets who'd invaded his home, fought for America because America gave him citizenship and a chance to keep doing what he did best. Kill communists. Is that heroic? Is it pragmatic? Is it morally compromised? Maybe it's all three. War doesn't offer clean choices. It offers survival or death. Törni chose survival, chose to keep fighting, and in 3 armies across 3 decades, he proved himself one of the most effective combat soldiers of the 20th century. May 28, 1919 to October 18, 1965. 46 years, 3 armies, 3 wars, 1 warrior who refused to quit. The incredible, controversial, unforgettable story of Lauri Törni, Larry Thorne, the soldier who fought under 3 flags. If this story left you thinking, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There are dozens more incredible World War II and military history stories that deserve to be told. And I'll be bringing you a new one every week. Drop a comment below. What do you think about soldiers who fought for multiple sides during the war? Thanks for watching.